What's up, everybody? We are back. Hey, Reg, you shave your balls?
I do shave my balls.
What product do you use?
I use Manscaped, especially the Lawnmower Trimmer 4.0.
Wow, I need to check that out.
I think you should. And with our code, Rapid Order 20, you can get 20% off.
Wow, Reg, thanks for that. My girl's going to be so happy.
Smooth as eggs.
Welcome to Late Breakfast. I'm Taurian B.
I'm First Class Regg.
And we got our brother in the building, Felix B. Dr. Love. What up,
Dr.
baby?
Love, peace. We're here. We talk about positive things and negative things in a loving way, though.
Yeah.
Good balance.
So this week, we are here, we bringing it back. During quarantine, we recapped Insecure.
Yes, yeah. A lot of people got really upset with some of our takes. But, if you were watching the show during that downtime, you will remember that we were the first people to predict that Condola was pregnant.
Y'all called me a madman. Y'all called me crazy. Especially the women. I'm sorry, it's not a fight with y'all, but a lot of y'all doubted me.
I mean, it is what it is. Right is right.
Yeah.
And she's pregnant.
I saw it.
Season 5 premiered yesterday. If you're watching this, it premiered this past week. And we got a lot, right? We got a lot from that.
We did. It's funny because what I like that Issa does with the show is she does not head on address things.
Yeah. It was kind of like the biggest deal of season 4, obviously. The takeaway is Condola's pregnant. Her boyfriend is Lawrence, but she doesn't really.
X.
Well, no, he wasn't. That was her boyfriend when season 4 ended, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you talking about Issa? I thought you said Condola.
Yeah, no,
Gotcha.
from Issa. So, that was the takeaway from season 4 and all of that. It was, big takeaways. But then I like that she started this season with these big things kind of being an afterthought.
Yeah.
But still kind of looming for us that were watching. And, we're going to see, obviously, how that's unpacked in the episodes to come.
Yeah, it was pretty smart, too, because she was in San Francisco where Lawrence was taking the new job.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a little misdirection.
That's true.
And she was just going back to college, man. Shout out to those, I don't know what gangs y'all part of. What's those Greek gangs called again?
The Greek gangs? You mean sororities and fraternities?
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, she went to Stanford, which was pretty dope. A bunch of black girls attending Stanford and being graduates.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. to Kelly. I think, all right, so this is something, and Regg has been championing this for the past 2 seasons, that he wants Kelly to get more attention. Like, everybody's is very intrigued by Kelly's character, right?
Yeah.
And I think that we're going to get more layers pulled back with Kelly. I think we're going to get a Kelly episode.
I think so too. I think, and it's about time, right? Because the whole time that we've known Kelly, she's just been a comedic relief, and you get to see in this first episode how that can be like a ripple effect of how your friends treat you when you just the funny friend, and they don't really pry into your life and see how you're doing. And Kelly even had like a little serious moment where in a car she was like, "Yo, everything's a joke to y'all, whatever." And then they got quiet, and then it was like, "Well, bitch, you know how you are, whatever." And they just it just rolled off their sleeve.
Glossed over
They
it.
still didn't even tackle that. So it makes you think about how that is for those friends that are like that. You hear the cliche check on your strong friend thing, but in her case, where it's the funny friend, the one that's always there to put a smile on your face, how are they really doing?
How you doing, Felix?
I don't think I'm that funny.
You're not the funny friend, but you're the friend everybody always thinks is alright.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm I get it. I could definitely relate to some of the stuff, but I'm a bit stronger than Kelly, Can handle myself.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, so we'll see how this goes. But another thing that I really liked about this episode was that where they're all honest about their age groups, right? So they're in their 30s, and the common misconception is that in your 30s, at least in your early 30s, you have it figured out, or at least you know what you want to do in life.
That
and
was painful.
Yeah, and Issa being on this panel rather, getting to speak about her new career choices and everything like that, and to her friends at least coming off like she knows what she's doing in life, just to get up there and get positioned with these questions about you know where she's trying to go with her new what is it called, Block.
Mm-hmm.
With Block, with her organization for the community in LA. Getting asked these questions and kind of just having to self-reflect in that moment in front of people, like, yo, like, I don't even know if this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna stick to this, but I mean, shit, I mean, I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah, it's a classic case of imposter syndrome. So
Mhm.
like a lot of people deal with it in our age group, where like you try to take on a new thing and you always feel like other people know more about it than you do, and you start getting real depressed about whether that field is for you or not. And she just kind of hit her on stage because these people have such
well-rounded
sentence, like just well responses to all the questions they were getting, and she was just like, I'm kind of still figuring it out.
And they probably was lying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some people usually, especially with a stage, predetermine the answers to a lot of things.
Yeah.
It seemed like she was being really honest, and that's what I like that she depicted. Like, she was really honest. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now, but I'm going to try my best to get to it. And I feel like with that was like a conversation, I think, for like a lot of us, especially like the Twitter couch, like our community. Like, everybody's trying to like find their way and do their own things now, from like their job to like where they at like as adulthood. Like, a lot of us are in our 30s now, and most of us had an ideal of where we be right now, right? So when Issa saw her younger self in the mirror, and like basically her younger self was like disappointed, like, wait a second, you ain't accomplished shit, and whatever. And like, you know, it was kind of like funny, because at the same time it's okay. I think that's what I took from that mirror conversation. Like, oh, you know what, it's okay as long as you're trying. Like, just continue to try. Just don't, you know what I'm saying, become like a lump in the log and like, you know, give up on yourself. Like, there's gonna be bumps and bruises on the way, but like, as long as like you pick yourself up and like you try something, or you're doing something, you're working towards something.
And it was also a good parallel to the main relationship in the show, which is like Molly and Issa. So like, they don't know where they're at in terms of their friendship, and they're trying to figure it out. So it's a good time. Like, Issa's really smart in her writing, so like, it was a good opener. I liked the episode.
Yeah,
I liked it too. I thought it was funny when they met up with like that other homegirl. I'm thinking like, oh shit, like there's
Cheyenne,
another.
I think her name was.
I'm like, oh shit, there's another friend that's in the crew. She just didn't move to LA or whatever like that, and then come to find out she's a fucking thief. Like, that was like some Atlanta shit.
Ain't shit changed, bitch.
like that shit really gave me like the comic relief, or reminded me like what Atlanta, like what Donald Glover's show Atlanta does, because like that was something that was so random, where like they realized like, wait a second, this bitch set us up, because you gotta think about like all of this stuff is happening on campus for homecoming. Why the fuck would they go to Oakland? What the fuck is in Oakland? They in their 30s. Like, what party do you want to go to in Oakland?
But that 30s? I think that's like the best setup of them being in their 30s, because that's kind of the mode that reunion will put you in, right? You get nostalgic. You will forget your age group, and it's easy to forget your age group in that time because you're just catching up with old friends. So you're doing a bunch of old shit. You riding around, you listening to old ass music, listening to The Dream. You get there, and you know, you just riding the wave of the moment. And she robbed the shit out of him.
Yeah, robbed the shit.
And she didn't take Issa's shoes.
Yeah, she didn't take my shoes.
And you know, I was on Twitter, of course, watching the show, and this on today's episode of woke.com. Why she got to get robbed in Oakland and not Stanford? People rob people in Stanford.
People said that?
Y'all are exhausting, bro. Y'all are
people
exhausting.
Said that?
Yeah, people were saying that.
People said that?
I didn't see that.
And don't get me started with the letter gangs either. I mean, the Greek gang. Y'all know who you are.
Okay, that was funny. So,
yeah.
I always, like, in my opinion, I always thought that it was evident that, what the fuck is Amanda Seales' character's name?
Tiffany.
It was always apparent to me that Tiffany was an AKA. Like, it was never like it was nothing ever like that wavered or made me not think that. So the fact that like people were like, it makes sense she's an AKA. I'm like, yo, her whole being is based off of the stereotype of a AKA. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's a light skinned female, whatever like that. She's very power driven. Yeah. Like, she has a man. Most AKAs, boyfriends.
Ooh, stereotypes of the gang.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a stereotype. That's not something that I think. I have family members that are AKA. Shout out to y'all. Like, it's not what I think. I'm just saying, just like how there's stereotypes of Kappas. I have mad Kappas in my family. Ted, y'all know Ted. Ted's a Kappa, and he kind of fits the mold of a fucking Kappa, like what you would think of a Kappa, right? So I'm just saying, I just found it like interesting that like there are some viewers who watched it and never caught the vibes of her being an AKA.
I just think it's
did she give y'all Delta vibes? Like what the fuck? Like,
but that's not even. But it's just I'm actually just shocked at people acting like that when we have a history of different actresses and actors being in sororities and frats, like. We have whole movies based on it, and they're like, "Wait, what? Why are you doing that? This is offensive." Issa actually commented and was like, "Yo, well, I should probably delete the next episode or something like that." So we're gonna see more of that.
This is why, the Greek gangs are gangier than gangs, because I've never seen a Crip be like, "Why are you wearing a blue flag in a fucking TV show?"
Yeah, they didn't question what's his name. What's this dude's name that's in the show? That says B with everything.
Yeah. Name not Blood Class? No, I'm sorry. That's some viral nigga out here.
Shit, I'm forgetting it. Thug Yoda.
Thug Yoda.
Thug Yoda. Nobody's asking Thug Yoda if he's a real blood.
He said audible board.
That's my bouch.
Yeah.
But yeah, nobody. That's a good point. Nobody's asking them that.
Nobody's asking that, right? So I just thought that was very interesting in a big critique that I could take, right? So also my takeaway, like I want to circle back to Molly and Issa's dynamic. You could tell obviously like they reconciled, and I think like because Issa had come to Molly like, yo, this nigga got a baby on the way. It kind of like fast forward, like Molly knew, all right, cool, like this is my girl, I gotta like be there for her, right? She was going through a breakup as well. Molly, she got dumped because she's a fucking control freak
from Andrew.
Yeah, shout out to Andrew. I'm glad that you stood up for yourself. I'm glad you did that. Right, so I think that they kind of like got forced back into it, and the thing that pissed me off, I hate this because like Issa already spoke on it, and she said like it's based off of her real life best friend, but it sucks that like you could tell that Molly still kind of wanted to be mad at her, but she was like, "Fuck, I wanted to stay mad at you, but I have to be here for you because you're my girl."
Yeah,
like it seemed like she really wanted to exhaust like proving her point, but she can't right now because she has to be there for her girl because that's some shit. I don't know. I just thought that was funny.
I think the way they were acting with each other was super forced throughout the whole episode. But like the robbery made them like
brought them
together. So it's like when we got a gun pointed in our head, who do I want to be next to? Like my best friend, and it kind of just like broke the ice.
Yeah, that was cool. So let's get to the theories.
What's gonna happen? You mean?
As far as like Candola and Lawrence. Because this is my thing, right? This is my whole thing with the dynamic of Candola and Lawrence. Candola is currently divorced. She just wanted a fuck buddy or a friend with benefits. She didn't want nothing serious with Lawrence. So that's why she had no problem like getting him the fuck out of here. Right? So a lot of people don't understand that element of it. And I think that, I don't know why, but a lot of women that I spoke to, like they were like, well, you don't know how. I'm like, yo, she made it blatantly like, obvious, like she like stop calling me your girlfriend, like shit like that, right? So my thing is like Lawrence, like she's probably not saying she's gonna give him a hard time being a father, but I'm pretty sure Lawrence like is going to like want to have the family dynamic, and I don't think Candola's gonna be with that shit. She's just gonna be like, yo, get your kid on these days and shit like that, and I'll be fine.
I could see that, but also I don't know though, because I mean when we see how the first episode ended, like he wanted things to work out with Issa.
He did.
So I don't know how that's gonna play out. But then you know how they give us this season on Insecure, blah blah blah, and you see that Issa kind of jumps back out there and she starts getting back into dating. So I don't know how that's gonna play out either. I could see that. I can't see Lawrence just moving on and trying to make it work with Candola. I don't know.
He needs Ben Bay to come back.
You think Issa's being kind of like immature for not stepping up and being a stepmom?
I do.
I think it was kind of funny and kind of really sudden to me, the way that she did it, the way that she got a ride from this nigga. This nigga picked her up from the airport, took her bag out the back, like literally like an Uber driver.
Yeah.
Like he took her bag out and she was like, "Yeah, nah, I thought about it and I can't." Like we didn't see her go.
Well, she didn't even say I can't. She just said I thought about it. And he looked at her and was like, I know you.
Yeah. But like, when did she think about it? We didn't see her have any type of revelations on this trip.
I think we did. I think when Molly was like, she didn't want to fall back into old things, and she told her that advice, like, you know, good for you, like, you're not falling back to like going back to someone you already dealt with. And it's like, look at me going back to someone I already dealt with, going through this whole drama situation that I don't want to be a part of. So she kind of got that revelation. On the
That's true. That's true. And then, like, on the ride back, it's just funny because you see her in that zone and not being comfortable and him trying to, like, fill the dead space with conversation. And then I'm getting there and she's just being like, yeah, nah, I can't.
Yeah. I understand, like, it's, like, sudden. And I think I have a friend that experienced something like this, right? I'm not going to say names, but I have a friend that experienced this where, like, him and his girl broke up. He started dating. And he got that said girl pregnant, but him and his girl had got back together. So, you know, this is 6 months later when she comes to him and is like, "It's yours." So, it's one, and his girlfriend that he really wanted to be with was upset. Like, you've taken away the chance of me giving you your first child. So now, like, what the fuck do I have? You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing I have is marriage. Like, you know,
or another child.
Yeah, but her beef was that I won't be the first baby mother, like,
which is
so like so like that's the beef.
Why do you think it's crazy?
What's the importance of it?
Well, I think obviously more goes into it than just being the first, but then also you could let's stick with that. So the first comes with the idea of, like, you know, you get to bring another life into this world with a person, and that being your first experience too. Like, you would think that's a pretty important and big moment to share. Like,
it seems overrated.
Bro, women got egos, right?
For them, you know, it's a big deal. Like, I was in a relationship.
For guys too. I'm not picking on the girls. I'm just saying that the idea of, like, having the first baby of your partner is kind of, especially when you're the reason y'all broke up and he had a baby.
Yeah.
Like, you cheated. She cheated.
Yeah.
The only reason they weren't together still is because she cheated.
Right. That's true.
But I guess for a lot of,
but they work past that.
Yeah.
They work past
there's
that.
a lot of
work past this. Yeah. Fuck out of here.
I think so too. Like, for me, in my personal opinion,
different though.
I don't think that it's different. It's one thing if he cheated. If he cheated and had another baby, fuck him. Put him in the trash, right? They got back together and everything was fine. I just think that Issa just feels like she can't do it because of judgment from other women. I've learned over time how big a woman's ego is. A woman's ego is just as big as a man's. It's just that in different ways. So on shit like that, like, Issa and Candola work together. Like, there's like so many degrees of separation where I feel like Issa just can't deal with it. Like, it's too close to home.
But I think it's one thing to meet a guy or a person that you're interested in, and they have a kid, and then you co-parent that kid. And it's another thing to be with somebody that you share all this history with. Y'all are in this great space, and then they're having a kid, like a brand new baby. This baby is coming.
They all come new.
I know, but I'm saying the difference in that is that you're not meeting them with a kid. Like, okay, you have to go through that whole process and share this person that you care so much about with somebody else. Yeah. So it's like, even if you stand ground on being leveled and like, yo, it's all a new experience, she should just be with it. You have to at least see that other side of why they would feel that way. It's not selfish.
But, you know, you can't. How many people here are shooting 2 for 2 with love though? Like, Lawrence and Issa are meant for each other.
They are meant for each other. Mm-hmm. I just think, well, and I guess I'll make sure I say this: if she was on the other foot, would you guys be able to deal with that?
That changed a lot, didn't it?
Y'all break up.
Changed a lot.
And then she comes back, right? And then she wakes up with morning sickness. And then you like, yo, you pregnant? And then like you do the math and she finds out and it's not yours. It's her the nigga that she was with before you.
Love can do some unbelievable things. But where I stand in my life, I know that I would not. Okay. I would not do that.
All right,
I've already done the co-parent thing.
I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it.
Let's hear it.
Say it. So the girl being pregnant comes with 100% pregnancy, where the guy's having a baby, he gets to split that time. No?
Okay, so to Issa,
So,
I
like-
get what you're saying. So to Issa, it's not.
So-
He can basically exist and Issa not know anything that's going on with the baby.
Basically, have a full relationship where I gotta deal with a woman who's going through a pregnancy
And you gotta
by
be
choice.
and you gotta be a father to that child because even
Not
though
a
it's
father
not
to the child. I just gotta be I'm submerged in the experience.
All
where Issa she don't gotta be submerged in the experience.
And I'll keep it a stack. I'm not being performative, but it depends on the circumstances for me.
Yeah.
So
Of course, I think everyone.
So for me, nah. Some
Well,
people
mostly-
like
most people.
Yeah, some people they like nah. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
But like I'll be honest, for me, like if it's like yo, they broke up 6 months ago and like we started kicking it 4 to 5 months ago, right? There's like that gap in between where I'm just like, all right, you know what? I still really fuck with you.
Yeah.
But
that's 4 or 5 months. You're talking about like someone you have a good amount of years.
yeah,
of
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm
relationship,
saying like the exact. I'm saying like the
Yeah.
exact relationship that Issa and Lawrence have, and then like me and Shorty got back good, and then she's like, "Yo, I gotta tell you something. You know, my last situation, I guess I got pregnant, and I'm keeping this baby no matter what." And then she tells me like, "Yo, I don't know what you're gonna do, but like we've been back good."
Is it-
I'm gonna think about it. I'm not.
Sure.
Basically, my instant response isn't gonna be, "Well, good luck with that."
All right, but is there a difference between Lawrence not having a say in the choice and Issa in this hypothetical situation choosing to have the baby? Is that different? Because Lawrence is doing what he has to do for someone else's choice, where Issa would be in the situation saying, "I'm gonna keep the baby," and kind of complicating it herself. If she's-
I get what you're saying. So you're basically saying Issa has the power in her hands to be like, yo,
Yeah.
I don't want to be with this dude. I don't want to have this dude's child. Mismortion.
Yeah.
Got you.
You know, by choice.
So you feel like Lawrence would feel away like, yo, you don't have to do this.
Do you think Lawrence would?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I'm just pointing out the difference.
No, you're right.
between the
I understand.
situations,
I understand what you're saying.
I'm not gonna implicate
think-
Lawrence.
No,
in
I
the
get what you're
based-
saying.
based
Lawrence,
on how-
I feel like Lawrence would feel away. Lawrence would be
Yeah.
like, yo, you don't have to keep this kid.
Yeah,
Like
Based
we
on-
can make another one. We can make.
Based on how their characters are written, if the shoe's on the other foot, do you think Lawrence would stay?
No.
A lot of the situations would have to be reversed. If Issa cheated and they broke up and that situation stayed the same and she chose to keep the baby, I don't think Lawrence would be okay.
Well, no,
But
not
if Lawrence-
cheated and got a baby
But
on
if
him.
Lawrence cheated and Issa took him back and she was pregnant, maybe Lawrence would be with it.
I don't know, man. Episode 1 was a great episode. I'm really excited to see what's gonna
I
happen.
We
I
gotta
do
keep
like.
our eye on Tiffany too, man. We gotta keep our eye because
do
her,
like-
Yes.
her little small little goaways and always mean way more than they're supposed
Nah,
to. Yeah.
I think all right. I love the nuances of this show because I don't think a lot of people realize that episode wasn't like a fine Tiffany episode. That was a mental health episode. Like she had an episode. She had an episode in the episode that she kind of realized she was going through postpartum and she didn't want to be a mom anymore. And I don't think a lot of that made sense to a lot of people. And I think most of the people that didn't understand it were women that don't have children or men who just aren't aware of things that people go through on mental health kind of like levels. I saw the episode and I instantly knew what was going on. I'm the person. I live with my mom when she had my little brother when she was 40 years old. Me and my little brother 20 years apart. And then I also lived in a household where my dad had my other sibling when I was 13. So visually seeing women go through pregnancy that like are like my parents and seeing like the things that they go through and like little nuances, I knew exactly what Tiffany was going through that
Yeah,
episode. So
because
yes.
she had left the city where her baby was at, so like it's not just like going out for the night, which some parents have a hard time with. It was like literally not. If something happened, it would take her a while to get back.
Yeah.
Everything was not. The world does not revolve around Tiffany anymore,
And
she
it
is
kind of
having
works
a hard
out
time
because the
dealing
cast doesn't want to be around her anyway.
Oh yeah, that's true.
with it. That's very true.
That is true. But I am interested to see it. Like you said, the nuances of the show. Like I like that. You know, Kelly's arc is kind of a callback in itself, where I think last season she was having like some type of random conversation, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I talk about it on my podcast." And then this season, she's literally like on her podcast, she's talking about it. Like it wasn't just some random kickoff from Kelly. Like it's just
a fire. That was a fire
What
Easter
was the
egg.
name of her podcast?
Kelly's yeah. And I saw
fire.
and I like that Issa tweets during she live tweets during episodes
better, man.
because she was like yeah, like she hated that we named it that, but like we went with it. Like it's so funny. But yeah, I'm interested to see like what she talks about on her shit through her podcast. We'll probably get to know her. I think so. Yeah.
There actually is a Insecure podcast.
Oh.
Yeah,
there
is.
Insecure podcast. So hopefully you guys will continue to watch us. We will continue to recap it. We will have women on to talk with us, so don't think that we're talking about women's business without women present. We will get some women. Regina, you owe me an episode.
Ooh,
it's all good though.
Calling names.
Yeah, I'm calling names. I'm calling out people because I definitely want some women. Shanae Curry, you owe me an episode. Oof. Yeah, another name, another one of my homegirls. Chloe, you in Dallas, you get a pass. But
Hi Chloe.
Yeah. We'll definitely do that, but
yeah. So yes. But in conclusion, though, I'm very invested in this season. I want to see how the fuck they red bow this shit. Like how they gonna put all this together at the end. 10 episodes, right?
I believe so, and I really think a lot of people are gonna be disappointed with the last episode.
I don't think so,
nah,
but we'll see.
Issa said that people's lives is just gonna go on. The season's just gonna end, and she said that took a lot of pressure off her. That tells me Sopranos.
Oh.
But
in retrospect, a lot of people like the ending of Sopranos.
I love the ending of Sopranos, but some people
it took some years for people to like really like it.
Some people didn't get it. But you want to wrap it up?
But yes, well that's for you to do.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying I wanted.
Oh yes, yeah. I think we got everything. All
right, cool. Felix, thanks for stopping by today.
I gotta walk out.
No, it's not. You don't gotta walk out, but it's always. I'm always appreciative when you make it. So thank you.
I'm out here.
Yeah, you are out here. I'm Taurian B.
I'm First Class Regg.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Yeah. Hey, Regg, you shave your balls?
I do shave my balls. I do.